mukbanging, mukbang, a mukbanging, mukbang. Oh, we hanging, we bang, oh, we banging.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right.
What's up, Yummy Biters? Welcome back to another episode of Yummybitestv. Y'all, today we are having homemade double bacon cheeseburgers. But Marshall's doesn't have the cheese, but it still looks delicious. Look at that. And mine is stuffed with cheese. So mine is double also, but I have my patties like smushed together with the cheese on the inside. Yeah, so mine is stuffed basically. Bacon, and we got fries, and I got my which one is this? This is the pomegranate pineapple juice. Yes, y'all.
And these ain't just fries, but these are, homemade, fine cut, crispy, crunchy, shoestring French fries.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm hot.
That's shoestring potatoes.
Yeah, he knows how to make these really, really well. Really well.
Delicious with all this bacon. I can't wait. I'm so excited. What about you?
I'm excited.
I just can't hide it.
What you drinking?
I'm about to lose control. That's what I got. I'm having some delicious black tea, baby, with lemon.
Oh, and y'all, make sure y'all go and check out my jewelry store. The link is at the top of the description box. I have these blinged out watches on there. Now I have this necklace, these ears, this is a set. And also this bracelet here is blinged out. It comes with the watch, y'all. So holla. You ready to pray?
Lord, accept our prayer for this delicious food and may it be blessed. Amen.
Amen. Whew, yeah, it's hot. I just finished running around.
Oh, this is a good thumbnail.
Louise.
Ooh, I'm happy I'm reaching for my burger.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, isn't that genius?
Anyway, you always got the big bag on me.
I like the head.
Genius. Jeez Louise.
Oh, this is a big
I need
nice
to
burger.
dip this in some ketchup.
I can't even spit my mouth around it. Y'all, I did this for TV. God knows that I don't make burgers like this at home. I just make one patty
every bite
with some mustard on there, maybe some lettuce, and that's it. I never even had this before.
Oh my gosh. I don't even know if I'm going to get a cheese pull-up because it's been sitting a little bit. That's right.
It was a cheese squirt.
It was good, still melty. Y'all, I have an update for y'all on that Ronald Greene. Murder. I have some other things written down too that I wanted to talk about. What happened?
It was way too much meat. I couldn't even bite it right. Absolutely ridiculous.
I almost dislocated my jaw. I felt it all up in here. Like, what? Oh my God. This is good. How have y'all been enjoying the homemade meals? Let us know in the comments. It looks like my cheese is like spilling out the back. So, hold on, y'all.
This is perfect right here with the one patty. I just did. It's a new burger on my repertoire right here.
Oh, excuse me. Well, he just did for the camera. That's what she's about to say.
The two patties.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. These fries are amazing. Mm.
Thank you.
That was a late thank you. You be so late.
I'm doing my food. You say you got some more news on the Ronald Greene?
Yeah.
What happened?
Updates. Oh, and y'all, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Just a little low. It's 12 minutes though. Well, I'm gonna skip the parts where they show the.
Just tell me. Tell us.
I can't remember all this stuff this lady said.
Yeah, well, no. I was trying to talk. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep
Oh,
it.
what do you?
If you don't remember.
Well, no, not all that stuff that she
Just
said.
whatever you got in your head, then Shay.
Nah, because I want to give out the right information. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so if I don't know it, I'm going to say I don't know it. If somebody else know it, y'all going to listen to them.
Well, let's talk about how good this burger is, huh?
Yeah.
Am I tripping? I wasn't expecting this.
They have lettuce, tomatoes, onions. Oh, man, I'm supposed to get a pickle. Oh, well. Yes, it's good. Y'all, this is really a last minute decision because I didn't really have time to cook anything else. But we're going to listen to that. That's some good information. They're comparing the Ronald Greene situation to George Floyd. Like how graphic it was to watch that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even this news anchor lady that's going to be reporting, she's shaking up. You can tell.
It's yeah, 'cause, you know, to hear him plead like that, you know what I'm saying? You my brother, you know, just showing him love.
Yeah. I
Trying
can't.
to plead with him, human being to human being. I was scared.
Yeah.
You know?
Freaking nuts. What happened? That meat is nice in season.
Wow. It must be terrifying to get stopped by the police or have any type of dealing with the police right over now.
Yeah.
Like, you can't help but to think about all the murders and like,
Exactly.
wow, am I finna be the next one?
Exactly. Even if it goes well, something might pop off at the end. Like, I mean, Lord have mercy, Jesus. But I need to let y'all know, for those of you who watch TikTok, okay, let me remind you. Okay, remember when I showed you that video of that girl? She was pregnant. She was holding a baby. And she's walking around her house saying that her boyfriend had took the PlayStation. he damaged the whole apartment, and she was crying, and I had bought some diapers for her, and it was, come to find out, it was a scam. Guess what?
Well,
Somebody else is shopping the same video with a donation link. And then I was going through the comments, and
what you mean?
nobody knew about
It's
it.
uploaded on somebody's
It's
channel?
on TikTok.
Oh, it's on TikTok.
Yeah, it's back on TikTok. They rerunning
That's
it
where
through.
it came from?
Yeah, they rerunning it through like it's a new video, like, you know. And they got I believe it's some link to send the money.
What was the link? It was like you could have this, like a link in the description of a TikTok or something.
Yeah.
So she had like her Cash App link in the TikTok of her going through what she went through when he was you know.
Why are you confused about what I'm saying? That same video, somebody re-uploaded it.
Yeah,
like
but I'm asking. I'm just getting off. Like, how did you even get? If it came from TikTok, how did you get information? But it was, you tell me.
I mean, you'll save the video on your phone, like I show you. And anyway, somebody re-uploaded, y'all. It was a scam. It was a scam from the very beginning. And somebody is out there reshopping it, basically, and collecting money off of it. Because when I went into the comments, y'all, all those people was like, oh, feeling sorry. They wanted to donate. And it was like no one in those comments knew what had happened before but me.
It's a big, huge world.
I was like, wow. Yeah, it must be humongous for nobody in the comments to know about that. I said something though. Sure did. I said, this is a scam.
It's gonna be a lot of it because people gonna be inspired by that to do one their own self. Mm-hmm.
Yep. I mean, people were inspired when it first happened. She fooled everybody, honey. I don't know how much money she racked up, but she racked up a lot. A lot. She had a registry and I believe it was a PayPal. She still got a TikTok. That girl? Mm-hmm. She still got a TikTok. She explained why she did it.
What'd she say?
She said she had just lost her job. She didn't know what else to do, basically.
But what did she say something in the video like I need help? Or
Yeah. She was like, you can donate. I believe she said you can donate $1. Just anything. And she was crying. Like, come on. It was the perfect scene. She was pregnant. She was holding a baby. And she was crying. And she was showing us the torn up house. I wonder who tore her house up for her.
and the house was really tore up.
You saw it.
I don't remember though.
Yeah. It was really torn up. TVs is busted.
Well,
TVs taken. Tables broke.
Okay.
No.
That was really convincing to people.
Yeah, exactly.
She went
They
all
felt
out, and it
sorry
was really
for her.
a setup.
Yep.
Wow.
A scam. To get some money because she lost her job.
Wow, kind of genius, bro. They should apply that genius to something else.
Really?
Whoever thought of that?
But and then everybody was saying that the FBI was investigating her. That was a lie. She got on camera. She was like, no one's investigating me. She just got all that money, honey. She got it all. With no repercussions. Even though she said it was a scam. I mean, she didn't say it was a scam. She said it was words, but it was a scam.
Karma come back around. You gotta watch yourself with stuff like that.
That was a good bite. I don't know what happened to the cheese. I thought I was gonna at least see it. I put a bunch of cheese in here, but
I see it like on the edges and stuff.
maybe because I used cheddar cheese instead of like, you know, like a provolone or. I'm trying to get rid of all that daggone cheese in the refrigerator before I buy any more.
Well, good job. Shout out to you for that.
Yeah, we're really trying to get rid of all this food we got stacked up in these freezers, trying to eat it instead of going to buy food. Just eat what we have here. Because we got a lot. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm going to be checking DMs tomorrow. I haven't checked my DMs in like what, a couple of days to a week or something like that. But I want y'all to listen to this update. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
What I'm about to describe, some of it will be hard to hear. I will also warn you that I'm going to play some tape in a couple of minutes that many people will find hard to watch. I certainly did. But when this story broke today, even though there are stories of this type that seem like they break all the time, this one in particular just seemed to stop the news in its tracks.
Okay.
Certainly for everybody who works on this show, it stopped us all in our tracks. Just kind of, you can't really move on once you've seen something like this.
Thank you.
What this is about is something that happened in Louisiana just over 2 years ago. And in West Monroe, Louisiana, there's a hospital there called Glenwood Regional Medical Center. And that night, May 10th in 2019, the emergency room at that hospital received an ambulance. And the ambulance held a 49-year-old man who was handcuffed to a gurney. He was already deceased when the ambulance pulled into Glenwood Regional Medical Center, and they wheeled him into the ER. The ambulance was accompanied by Louisiana State Police. And the police that night told the emergency room doctor who was attending this ambulance that the man who was dead in the ambulance had died on impact when he crashed his car into a tree. That was the explanation for why this man was dead when he arrived at the ER. And the doctor examined the body, examined the man who'd been brought in the ambulance, noted in his doctor's notes that the man was covered in blood and covered in bruises. But he also noted that the man had 2 taser prongs hanging out of his back. Wait a minute. This is supposedly a car crash casualty. What? They're saying he crashed into a tree, died on impact. What, did the tree tase him after he hit it?
No.
The ER doctor noted all this in his notes and actually wrote in his notes that night, he wrote, quote, does not add up. Because, right, it did not add up. And yet that really was the official explanation that Louisiana State Police tried to go with for how a 49-year-old barber in West Monroe, Louisiana, a man named Ronald Greene, that's the story they tried to tell about how he died that night. Louisiana State Police told Mr. Greene's family that he died when he crashed his car during a chase. Troopers said they tried to pull him over for some sort of unspecified traffic violation shortly after midnight, about 30 miles south of the Arkansas state line outside Monroe. They said he died on impact when he crashed into a tree. It took the ER doctor pointing out the freaking taser prongs still hanging out of his back. It took Mr. Greene's family filing a wrongful death suit for police to admit that, yes, okay, something else might have happened. No, they can't come up with an explanation for how the tree fired those taser prongs into him. Police released a one-page new report with a new explanation that said, quote, Greene was taken into custody after resisting arrest and a struggle with troopers. And then, inexplicably, he became, quote, unresponsive. He became unresponsive and died on his way to the hospital. The report report did not describe any use of force by the troopers in this instance. And that was literally all the Louisiana State Police said about the death of Ronald Greene. That's all they have ever said. To this day, more than 2 years later, the Louisiana State Police have still given no further explanation of Ronald Greene's death in their custody. And crucially, for all of this time, they have refused to release the troopers' body camera footage from that night. It took 474 days after Mr. Greene died for the state police to even open an internal investigation into what happened. And that was only when their hand was forced. Summer of protests over the police murder of George Floyd in Minneapolis had put the spotlight back on cases like Mr. Greene's. Perhaps more presciently, in terms of seeing what impact it might have, Mr. Greene's family also took the radical step of releasing graphic photos to the public.
So the family released photos to the public before the actual video came out. So I didn't even know that part.
Photos of what? His dead body?
Yeah. Of what he looked like. Because they were saying that, because the family knew there was a lie
Yeah, you
about
can see
him.
him been beat up.
Exactly. So they shared the photos.
In an effort to demonstrate to the public that the police explanation of what killed Ronald Greene was a ridiculous explanation, they released photos of the condition of the body when they received it. They showed
They're not showing it.
bruises, deep cuts to Ronald Greene's face and scalp. They also showed his vehicle. They released a photo of his vehicle. It's the car he'd been driving the night that he died. Showed that the car was only mildly damaged. The airbags hadn't deployed. This was not a car that had been involved in a major crash that had mortally wounded its driver. In the midst of all of this, the Justice Department announced that it had opened a civil rights investigation into Ronald Greene's death. Can you imagine how bad a case has to look for the Trump Justice Department to open a civil rights investigation? Really? Did they even do that? And still, the Louisiana State Police would not say anything else about Ronald Greene's death. Wouldn't release the body cam footage, wouldn't afford any further explanation of what happened. Last September, they finally decided to fire one of the officers that was involved in Mr. Greene's death, although they would not say why they were firing him. Tragically, that officer died in a single vehicle car crash just hours after he was told that he was fired. Days later, the Associated Press obtained audio of that same officer describing how he beat and choked Ronald Greene the night of his death. On a recording from his body cam microphone, that officer who was in the one car crash, was heard telling somebody very matter-of-factly that he, quote, beat the ever-living F out of Ronald Greene. He said, quote, choked him and everything else. He was spitting blood everywhere, and all of a sudden he just went limp. After that horrifying reporting, Ronald Greene's family was finally, after a year and a half, allowed to see the body cam footage from the night that he died. The family's attorney said that Mr. Greene's mother and sister wailed like they were at a funeral when they finally saw the footage. He said it was damning footage that showed the troopers choking and beating Ronald Greene, repeatedly jolting him with tasers, dragging him face down across the pavement. That attorney, Lee Merritt, who also watched the footage, told the Associated Press, quote, this family has been lied to the entire time about what happened. The video was very difficult to watch. It's one of those videos like George Floyd and even Ahmaud Arbery, where it is just so graphic. Well, today what happened is that today we learned to our collective horror that the attorney for the Greene family was right when he described it that way. Because today the Associated Press obtained and published edited excerpts from the Louisiana State Troopers body cam footage from the night that Ronald Greene died. And I will tell you that this stopped the news today for a reason. I'm going to show you some of what the AP published today. As I said, it is not a pleasure to watch. That is a grave understatement. It is disturbing to watch. And the nightmarish nature of the video of this incident is compounded by how long all of this was kept secret, how blatantly
2 freaking years.
state troopers lied about...
And it's so funny how people are so surprised as to, the state troopers lying like they've never lied before. They lie all the time. All the time. Oh my God. I'm gonna pass through the because I can't.
says at the end there, officer, I'm scared. I'm your brother. I'm scared. We also have another portion.
She even starts
of the
crying
body cam video
when she
after
said it.
the troopers get Mr. Greene out of the car, and you see Mr. Greene on the ground here, appearing pretty motionless, while an officer tases him again. The officer then handcuffs him. Mr. Greene is clearly bloodied at this point. The officers. Part of the reason we can confirm that is that the officers are commenting about the amount of his blood that they've got on them and the fact that they are wiping it off themselves.
I cannot.
Leg shackles on him, and then I'm not going to show you this part, but what you can see in part of this video is the officer dragging Mr. Greene by those leg shackles across the ground face down. Again, his handcuffs are on him behind his back. His legs are shackled. He is face down and limp, and they are dragging him by the leg shackles face down across.
All over his face.
USAA insurance for busy veterans like Kate.
I hope they. How many of them is left? All of them, right? Except for one. And then they fired one, but they can still bring charges.
The one they fired, that's the one who hit the tree. He probably ran into it.
No, they had fired another one. Because they had. Listen.
Now, the Louisiana State Police tonight would not comment on the content of these videos, except to say that the release of the video was not authorized. Yeah, tell us about it. They said the release of these videos, quote, undermines the investigative process. Yes, how is that investigative process going? Well, the officer who dragged Ronald Greene on his face by his leg shackles, he was suspended from duty for 50 hours.
That was that one.
For that offense. 50 hours. Another of the troopers is now on unpaid leave, but not for Ronald Greene's death. He and several other troopers from the same unit were arrested a few months ago for beating up other black men in their custody. They were also discovered to be bragging to each other over text messages about the violence they have inflicted on black men they have arrested. But there's also the federal investigation into Ronald Greene's death. There's also his family's lawsuit against the state police.
Mm-hmm. Yup. So, it's weird how karma then already came for them, really. Is there anybody that, I'm pretty sure we'll find out. I'm trying to figure out, is there anybody that didn't get arrested? Maybe they're still working for the police department. How many of them were there? I don't even know.
It's too many. They all over.
They was bragging about what they do to black men. Them beating them up. That is, oh my gosh. That's so messed up. Did we talk about the little girl who almost got snatched, the 11-year-old, at her bus stop? Yeah, this man came and I believe maybe a couple weeks before this encounter, him actually trying to snatch her, he tried to, speak with her or whatever. He had spoke with her. I don't know what he was doing talking to an 11-year-old, but she had seen him before. And he had said something to her before. And she was at the bus stop. It was her first day at the bus stop, riding the bus. And she was playing with some blue slime or some green slime or something like that. Anyway, he comes in his white friggin' van, I believe it was. And he runs out and grabs her, and she fought him off. And
he jumped out the van and tried to grab him.
And it's on camera. Somebody's camera had recorded it. And oh my God. Y'all, they are snatching kids from the daggone bus stop. From the bus stop. It ain't no shame in nobody's game no more. People are doing everything during the daytime where everybody can see.
Man,
so yeah.
It ain't safe no more out there.
Don't leave your kids at the bus stop by themselves, unless you got to go to work.
All of that.
But
the bus stop is down here and the kid got to get off and then walk home. That stuff ain't safe.
Really, not at all. It ain't safe for you to, you literally need to be at the bus stop waiting for your child to get off that bus. You know?
They got a huge human trafficking thing going on so many different levels. You know, they got the underground sex trafficking, you know what I'm saying? And then you got what the elites doing, which is basically the same thing.
Yep.
Plus they feeding on them and stuff. Lord have mercy. It sounds like a nightmare, and it is.
Yeah, so. You know, all you have to do is press that button. Just press the button and it'll go up for a little bit.
For a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so obviously you enjoyed your food.
Obviously.
Y'all, it was absolutely delicious. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I wonder how long it's gonna take them to like charge these people. You think they're gonna get charged?
Man, I'm sooner waiting and praying for God to come back and lay his hand on that ass rather than to try to find justice within this system. This whole system needs the hand of God. This whole country needs the hand of God. That's how I'm feeling. That's how I'm feeling. You know, hand of God to the whole system.
And I need an update on that other situation where they said that the DA said that he wasn't going to charge those police officers.
That's what I'm saying. Hand of God, bro.
I need
hand of God.
An update on that. Ooh, Lord. Yeah.
I don't need no update. I need rumblings in the earth and in the sky. You know what I'm saying? I need the earth to belch them up. You know what I'm saying? Like the burp that they are.
I ain't never heard nobody say that.
Yeah, I know. Like, come up with new stuff.
Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please do what? Thumbs up this video. Subscribe if you haven't already.
I wish I had some cool ass congos. Boop, 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 boop.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? Because all of this, it just ain't a good drum.
You said some congos.
Yeah.
Well, because of the
I'm
place.
gonna have to give me some bongos. Here's some bongos. You know what I'm saying? Boop, boop, boop. You know what I'm talking about? They should be cool as hell how to be playing it.
For everyday videos, everyday videos. Hey, hey, and we'll see you guys on tomorrow. Peace.
Y'all come back now.
You hear? Bye, y'all.